How's it going? This is Hoiman, and today we're taking a look at the S.H.Figuarts Cure White figure. So this is the Max Heart version. For the packaging, you have a nice window to see the figure inside, and then the overall packaging has a nice white color scheme with some rainbow colors on the sides. And you also have pictures of the figure, and then the window continues to the top, and then you have legal stuff for the bottom. And in the back you have various pictures of the figure, and then it also advertises Cure Black as well. And then to open the box you just lift open the side flap. And then you just open the front cover. And there's the figure all together with her accessories. So firstly, she does come with some instructions showing what the figure comes with and how to operate the accessories. Very self-explanatory. So here's the actual figure, and like I already said, this is the Max Heart version, so it is actually the second version of the figure on this character, and I actually used to own the first version, and from my experience from the first to this version, there's definitely improvements in this figure overall, but there is one core complaint, which I will get to in a bit. But in terms of this figure, I feel that they really capture the likeness of the character. Just a really great sculpt overall. And then taking a closer look at the face, I really feel that they captured the likeness of the character. Looks just like her from pretty much all angles, and then the hair is nicely sculpted as well. It's a nice matte blue, but there is some shading of sort of a metallic blue in some areas to really bring out the detail and sculpt. And then the points at the ends are quite sharp, but they are quite flexible, so you don't have to worry about them breaking. Like so. And then looking closer at her outfit, again, very nicely sculpted. The ribbon is very well detailed and it is flexible on the ends. Same for the pouch, very well detailed and it is slightly flexible. And moving down to her gloves. Again, you can see all the nice details. And one of the main gripes with the original figure was that her overall outfit had way too much blue sort of colouring to shade it. It made the figure almost more blue than white, but with this figure they've kind of addressed it, so the main figure itself is very white still, but there are still some very light blue patches of shade to really bring out the details, but it's not so much that it really turns the colour to whole blue, so I feel that they improved on that department. And looking closer at the skirt, you can see all the individual pieces and folds are sculpted. Looks pretty realistic, and for the most part it's nicely painted. There are some gaps in the blues that are not really that clean, but overall it's very nicely painted. And looking closer at her boots, you can see all the crease and folds, makes it look very realistic. And you have the nice ribbons at the end. And it just looks overall pretty nice. So for articulation, her head is on a double ball joint, so she can look down that much, which is quite a lot, and then she can look up about that much, but because of her hair it does kind of restrict it. And then you can tilt her head side to side and also twist, and then the back piece of her hair is on a ball joint, so you can move that about however you want. Move it slightly to the side as well. And then for the shoulder, this is where the main complaint I have with the figure compared to the original. So first off, she does have a ball joint that's connected to a butterfly joint on the torso, so you can move her arm about however you want. And it's also connected to a hinge, so you can bring her arm out to the side. And so this is where the complaint is that this piece of the shoulder pad is attached by a ball joint here, but it's kind of off-centered to the rest of the arm, so when you try to move the arm it kind of makes it look awkward at certain angles. So if you bring your arm forward it doesn't really follow, so it just kind of sticks out and it looks kind of odd. And then that's the same going back as well. And they can easily pop off as well. And with the original figure, the shoulder pad was actually sort of cupped round the shoulder, so it kind of follows the shoulder a bit more. But with this version, I can see what they were trying to do, but overall it just makes it a bit difficult to pose really, and it looks really awkward at certain angles. But yeah, that's my main core complaint with this figure. But she does have the bicep swivel, and then she has single jointed elbow and the ball jointed wrists. So she has a double ball jointed torso, so she can lean forward about that much, lean back that much, lean side to side very slightly, and then twist as well. And then this whole skirt piece is a softer material, and because it's so wide, it doesn't really restrict much of her leg articulation. So she does have a waist joint, so you can move her legs about quite freely. And then she has ball jointed hips, so you can bring that leg out about that much to the side and kick forward about that much, kick back very slightly. And then she does have the thigh swivel. And then she has the single jointed knees. And then she has ball jointed ankles, so you go back about that much, forward that much, and tilt side to side and also swivel. And then she has the toe hinge. And because this piece is a solid piece, it does restrict quite a lot of her movement. But for the most part, you should be able to get all the poses you'd want. So overall, she has all the articulation you'd expect a Figuarts figure to have. But like I already said, with my main complaint being the shoulder parts, other than that, overall the figure is very nice overall, and can perform a lot of different variety of poses. So that's the figure. Let's take a look at the accessories. So for faces, she comes with a standard smiling face. She comes with a serious staring face, an open-mouthed happy face, open-mouthed angry shouting face. And for hands, she comes with a pair of fists, 2 open palmed hands, 2 chopping hands, 1 open palmed hand, 1 pointing hand, and then a special hand which has Cure White and Cure Black's hands holding together. She also comes with this extra neck piece, which is basically to replace the neck ball joint, and it doesn't have the hinge, so it's always stuck in place, and that's so that it can help support the head. Because with a lot of future pre-Cure figures, the hair becomes quite heavy. So what they try to do is that if you attach the alternative joint, it will stop the head from moving, so the head wouldn't always fall down. But I don't feel it's really necessary for this figure in particular, because even if you put the head all the way down, she can hold her head up just fine. And even when you pull the hair all the way up, it's still just fine. But it's nice to have nevertheless. She also comes with this attachment for her arm. It's nicely sculpted and painted. And she also comes with Mipple, which is very nicely painted and sculpted. And then she has a ball joint as well, so you can move her head however you want. And then finally she comes with a display base. So it does have her name for the base with a nice heart pattern. And then you have the actual stem itself, which can swivel about and also hinge, so you should be able to get all the poses you want using this stand. So my final thoughts are, if you're a huge fan of this character or the show itself, then I still highly recommend this figure. Despite my minor gripe with the shoulder pads, overall it's a very nice looking figure, and it's a very accurate representation of the character. But that's my review. Thank you for watching and enjoy some pictures.